It's the early 1920s in Mexico City. The revolution is over, yet the city's streets still echo with the memories of battles fought, promises made, and a future waiting to be written. In the heart of the city, a crowd gathers before the towering walls of the National Preparatory School, drawn by the bold colors of its new murals. Among them stands a young farmer, mud still clinging to his boots from the countryside, a hopeful glint in his eye. He watches in awe as a mural unfolds before him, not of noblemen and generals, but of people like him. In this new art, he sees himself, dark-skinned farmers, defiant peasants, and the workers who bled for a better life. Figures painted in powerful, fearless brushstrokes by Mexico's greatest muralists. These artists, Diego Rivera, David Alfaro Siqueiros, and Jose Clemente Orozco, known as Los Tres Grandes, were more than painters. They were revolutionaries in their own right, wielding brushes like weapons to reshape Mexican identity on the public walls of their nation. Their murals became visual history books for the illiterate, declarations of independence for the oppressed, and visions of a new Mexico that everyone could see. The revolution may have left scars, but Los Tres Grandes filled those scars with stories, pride, and a hope for a Mexico made by and for the people. For 400 years, Mexico had been torn by conquest, oppression, and civil strife. After General Porfirio Diaz seized power in 1876, a tense peace reigned for 35 years as Diaz crushed all opposition, an era called the Porfiriato, in which the elite grew richer while most Mexicans hovered on the brink of starvation. But in 1910, the Mexican Revolution erupted, fueled by the belief that the land should belong to those who worked it. Calls for agrarian reform, universal education, and civil liberties swept the nation. After a brutal decade of war and the loss of 1 million lives, Mexico's future was freed from its past to forge a new identity. In a bold step, the post-revolutionary government commissioned large-scale murals on public buildings to educate and inspire a largely illiterate public. This is how the Mexican muralist movement was born, with Los Tres Grandes telling the stories of the heroes from Mexico's true heritage, such as Aztec warriors, resilient revolutionaries, and hard-working laborers. For the first time, Mexico saw non-European heroes elevated in vivid colors and unflinching details, reshaping the country's story. Diego Rivera, the most renowned of Los Tres Grandes, was a devoted follower of Marxist philosophy, joining the Mexican Communist Party in the 1920s. He became known for merging art with political activism, using his murals to confront societal values, reveal class struggles, and promote a vision of social equality. His 1933 fresco mural, Man at the Crossroads for New York's Rockefeller Center, became a defining moment in his career. Commissioned to depict contrasting visions of society under capitalism and socialism, Rivera included a portrait of Vladimir Lenin among industrial workers, symbolizing solidarity and equality. This choice sparked intense controversy, and despite the Rockefeller family's demands, Rivera refused to remove Lenin. He even offered to add Abraham Lincoln's portrait as a compromise. Ultimately, the Rockefellers had the mural destroyed. Undeterred, Rivera recreated it at the Palace of Fine Arts in Mexico City as Man, controller of the universe. In this version, Man is at the mural's center, surrounded by complex machinery, symbolizing human potential to harness technology for progress or destruction. With technology that allows us to see deeper into space and delve further into the microscopic world, Rivera raises profound questions about humanity's power and responsibility. On one side, symbols of capitalism, wealthy elites, soldiers, and war machines suggested the exploitation Rivera associated with capitalist society. On the other side, his vision of socialism showed workers in harmony with machines, led by a portrait of Lenin representing unity and progress for all. This episode underscores Rivera's commitment to his ideals, seeing art as a tool for change. His murals, filled with symbols of labor, technology, and the working class, challenges us to consider the question, who really controls humanity's future? David Alfaro Siqueiros was a true revolutionary in both his art and his life. Known for his experimental techniques and intense political convictions, Siqueiros pioneered modern fresco methods and used his work as a platform for social justice. He believed art should educate, be accessible to the masses, and serve revolutionary ideals. His bold, expressive style and radical political beliefs made him one of the most dynamic artists of his time. In his mural, Torment and Apotheosis of Cuauhtémoc at the Museum of the Palace of Fine Arts, Siqueiros revisits the violence of the Spanish conquest. The mural depicts Spanish soldiers torturing Cuauhtémoc, the last Aztec emperor, in their ruthless search for hidden treasures. Through the blood-stained figure of a protective woman symbolizing the Mexican motherland, Siqueiros highlights the endurance and resilience of the Mexican people. His use of strong, muscular figures emphasizes both the tension of the conquest and the indomitable spirit of Mexico. Siqueiros' vision extended beyond history. He imagined a future where social equality reigned and the common people shaped Mexico's destiny. His art was both innovative and urgent. He pushed traditional boundaries with techniques like airbrushing and industrial paints, creating large-scale compositions designed to be seen and felt by the public. Siqueiros' radical politics were as intense as his art. A committed communist and fierce supporter of Joseph Stalin, he was involved in an assassination attempt on Leon Trotsky, the exiled Russian revolutionary, in Mexico in 1940. Siqueiros and a group of armed men stormed Trotsky's home in Coyoacan, riddling it with bullets, though Trotsky survived. This incident underscored Siqueiros' extreme political convictions, paralleling the intensity in his murals. Hired for an American commission, Siqueiros quickly discovered that his political views didn't sit well with all of his U.S. patrons. His 98-foot wide mural, Tropical America, located above the tourist-friendly Olvera Street in downtown Los Angeles, was initially expected to feature something exotic and tropical, in the vein of Brazil. Instead, Siqueiros painted a powerful and unsettling image of an indigenous figure being lynched, a striking anti-imperialist statement. When finished, the mural caused immediate controversy, leading to sections being whitewashed. Within 2 years, it was completely painted over. In 1936, on the East Coast, Siqueiros set up his experimental painting workshop in New York City, where none other than Jackson Pollock was one of the attendees. They would put canvas on the floor and experiment with throwing and splattering paint. Through his life and work, Siqueiros remained uncompromising. He saw art as a force for social change and revolution, embodying his fierce urgency and rebellion. Jose Clemente Orozco's approach to muralism was darker and more introspective, often delving into the tragedies and contradictions of Mexican history. Unlike Rivera and Siqueiros, Orozco was less idealistic, using his art to critique the violence and human cost of the revolution and the price of progress. His mural of Father Hidalgo, the George Washington of Mexican independence, depicts a fiery prophet brandishing a torch, purifying the world with bloodshed. One of his most famous works, The Destruction of the Old Order at the National Preparatory School, depicts two peasants watching as neoclassical buildings crumble, symbolizing the collapse of Mexico's oppressive past. Through stark, almost surreal imagery, Orozco invites a viewer to question the true cost of change and the weight of history. In works like Catharsis in the Palace of Fine Arts, Orozco exposes the darker side of modern life: senseless war, destructive technology, and moral decay. He depicts a laughing prostitute lying amidst the debris of civilization's collapse, a haunting symbol of societal decay. Orozco's personal life added another layer to his intense perspective. Originally studying to be an agricultural engineer, His passion for art was ignited by the powerful, satirical work of Mexican engraver Jose Guadalupe Posada, who depicted the struggles of ordinary Mexicans and used skulls, calavera, and bones to show political and cultural critiques. During his youth, a fireworks accident tragically required that his left hand be amputated, a life-changing event that deepened his empathy for human suffering. Unlike Rivera and Siqueiros, who often idealized revolutionary themes, Orozco approached the Mexican Revolution and humanity with a critical, often dark perspective. He was the first of the Mexican muralists to bring his work to the United States. This mural at Pomona College in California of the Greek titan Prometheus so impressed a young Jackson Pollock that he called it the greatest painting in North America, and kept a picture of it in his studio throughout the 1930s. The artist Jacob Lawrence was also influenced by Orozco, whom he met while working on his Migration series. Lawrence admired the muralist's commitment to public art that engaged with social and political issues. His murals, such as the Epic of American Civilization at Dartmouth College, explore sacrifice, destruction, and resilience, capturing both the triumphs and moral struggles of social change. The Mexican Revolution marked a turning point, breaking from the past and opening the door to a more equal society. Los Tres Grandes captured this vision in their murals, inspiring generations with sweeping scale, bold symbols, and socially charged messages. Their work redefined Mexican history, reviving forgotten stories and crafting new narratives that still resonate today. These murals served as a course correction, helping Mexico see itself more clearly and understand its true identity. Displayed on the walls of Mexico's public buildings, they stand as a monument to the enduring power of art, as both a symbol of cultural identity and a revolutionary force.